Right, one afternoon, morning. Oh, it's afternoon. Yeah. Absolutely boiling. Right, what I'm doing, I did the, I'll show you. I cleared this pond out yesterday and I let the sediment settle just to make sure there's no little fish or anything in here. Looking at it, there's nothing. What I'm doing now is clearing the rocks from around this rubber liner, just sticking them around the edge for now. Got them all over the place. It's absolutely scorching. And the noise you can hear in the background, I was going to do another video on that, some of the things what make me laugh in Hungary, but there's a lot of villages. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about that later. I don't want to go off the subject. You know what I'm like, I like to babble. But anyway, full of wasps. I'm absolutely sweating, sweat's going in my eyes and stinging my eyes. I've just aiming, took all my skin off my finger. The sharp rock. Fucker. Sorry for swearing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all these grasses, because this is all going to be filled in with all that. I'm going to fill this up with back soil, all the soil from what I dug out from all the water, that big man there. So that's going to have time to settle, but this is going to be part of the garden. I put all grasses and things like that in here. But I've got to get these rocks out. Some of them are really heavy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack on, get these rocks out of the way, then pull this liner out. The water will then tip in, because if I left the rubber liner in, obviously when it rains, at the back there there's a drain pipe. I think that was another reason what didn't do the pond any justice really at the back. I didn't think I should have really put an extra couple of meters, 3 meters onto the pipe, so the water from the drain pipe goes straight into the pond. So what would have been happening, the pipe water would have been going straight into the soil, which would have really, that's probably what made all that, it's not now, but originally made it all soft and made it all sink when I first did the pond. Although it was alright until all the dogs started running around it and climbing on it. But this is the pond now, this one. But I haven't finished it. I've got to do all around the edges yet. You can see some of the fish, they've got a lot more room. Now, I suppose you're wondering why there's no water running. Got loads of dragonflies coming in. There's one new small carp over there. For some reason the electricity's cut off and I don't know why. I've had a look in the presser in the old pub, but that's all alright, so it might be another power source in front of the house, unless them twats on the street have done something. Anyway, let me get rid of these rocks and I'll be back to you. See you later. It's boiling here. Afternoon from Hungary. It's absolutely boiling again. Right, what I've done, I've took as much as I can out, because it's all silt on. Oh, it stinks. It's like an elephant cage at the zoo. It stinks. It's all the wasps. Oh, I've got sweat in my eyes. It's absolutely boiling. I'll tell you what the heat's like. There's a little bit of breeze. It's right, I've been dragging this rubber off and the underlay. It's like when you open an oven when you're cooking and all that heat comes out. That is what it's like when you come outside with a little bit of a breeze. But you can see where the pond line, where it was restricting this. Just loads of new ones growing here from this big grass. Solid that is, look. So when this gets all backfilled, putting all the rocks in first. Oh Jesus. But yeah, let's have a look and see the fish in there. Look. Yeah, I managed to get the pump going yesterday again. The problem with the big black extension, I think because it's 50 metre, I think it's shorted out. because you're not supposed to use long extensions if you're not using a lot of the cable. So I just put my own made filter in there. It's always worked, but I was using that big drum for a bit. I don't think it was any good, to be honest with you. The water's nice and clear. Right, I'm going to crack on, do a bit more in this lovely hot weather. Hope it's nice in England. Is it lovely and rainy?